going to go ahead and get started. I believe this is as good a time as any. So we're jumping into Order of Battle Panzerkrieg. So most of you, I would assume, know about the Order of Battle series and know that there are a variety of editions. This one, Panzerkrieg, really focuses on the German advance, but specifically right now in this battle, we need to actually relieve the forces trapped at Stalingrad. So, as you can see, their main strength has overwhelmed the Romanian armies on our flanks, resulting in a complete encirclement of the city. Relief effort has finally been organized, however, and will proceed from Kotelnovko to reconnect with the 6th Army. In the meantime, the troops in Stalingrad will have to hold on to their positions. So, obviously, they're going to keep on attacking. We have a relief force from Kotelnovko, but it's also going to meet fierce resistance. The Soviets may use the opportunity to renew their attacks against our defenses along the Chir River. So we have to worry about a bunch of different areas here, guys. Wow. Okay, well, here we go. Best of luck to us, and I really mean that. Our comrades at Stalingrad are gradually running out of supplies and ammunition. To buy more time, a constant flow of supplies must be delivered into the pocket by air transportation. Sounds almost like the situation at Dien Bien Phu. A nasty, nasty situation, of course. And now, I believe we're going to have to actually purchase units, which we have 4,100 used that we can use to purchase. So I'm going to get some tanks first of all. Ooh, we can get a Tiger. You know, I'm not going to buy just a bunch of Tigers because I'm tempted to, but of course it's a very, very expensive vehicle. Let's purchase another one. Let's get a Panzer IV. Let's get maybe some anti-tank stuff. Maybe a Stug 3. What else do you guys recommend? Let's take a look at the chat here in a second and see if you guys have any recommendations for what we should get for this assault. We're basically building an army from scratch, and let me make it very clear that if you have Panzerkrieg and you have other games from Order of Battle, you can take those German armies from those other games and transport them into Panzerkrieg, so they'll have a little more experience, etc. In my case, I'm starting with a totally new army, so we have to start from scratch, and hopefully we do it properly. Let's see here what you guys think we should do. Or, oh, wait a minute, are you guys seeing the screen? Make sure that we're getting a screen view here. Now, of course, I'm looking here, but are you guys seeing the Order of Battle screen? Okay, we are awesome. So, Lander's saying more Panzerkampfwagens. So we need just sort of an idea of what we should be going for. You know, should we get some more infantry, some artillery? What should be our main focus? Awesome. So let's see here. I'm going to go just take a look again and run through the different options, guys. So we've got artillery, we've got anti-air fighter, tactical bombers, strategic bombers, destroyers. Obviously, we're not going to be using any naval-based stuff, but maybe recon units. I'm not sure. Some recon units, some artillery, and some infantry. We can't just get Panthers. A little louder, sure thing. Let's try that. That might be a bit better. I hope so. Alright, well, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get definitely an artillery gun here. So let's purchase and deploy. I don't mind paying the extra for the transport because we're going to need very quick transportation along this map. We're probably going to have to also get some good old-fashioned infantry units. So I'll put some of the tanks here, put the Stug there, I'll put the Panzer IV, oh, sorry, put the Stug here in the center, and they'll advance behind our infantry units. That's at least my goal. Good. All right. So Glender's saying good, and I think you guys are leaving it up to me. And fair enough, men. All right. Let's purchase some more. We'll probably end up getting another Tiger tank. I'm not going to lie to you guys. They're just great machines. And I want to make sure. So we've also got this area to worry about over here, the Romanian lines that are not doing very good. So we're going to kind of have to spread our forces out. Which is kind of creeping me out. You know, we've got some Gabersjägers 42, and these guys are good because they actually have, like, basically skis. And currently, as you guys can imagine, in the Battle of Stalingrad, I almost said Stalingrad, there were, of course, the necessity for troops with skis. Everything was snowed in. It was very hard to move around. So we're going to be putting these guys around the area to assist, for sure. Okay, let's see what else we want to get. We still have plenty to spend. I'm going to get some artillery for that northern sector as well. There's plenty of sectors where the enemy could attack from, and we really don't know where they're going to attack from. So we just have to hope that we're getting it right. Let's get some Fallschirmjäger. And I'm going to give them an SDKFC transport. Although those extra transports do cost money. And we are neglecting to defend the central area near Nizhny. So I'm going to have to purchase some units here too, guys. That's one of the biggest problems in this particular battle is we need to spend so much defending so many different areas that we can't really make a major push in any one area. So I'll get a Panzerkampfwagen here. 17 centimeter gun here. Come on, that should be enough for you, man. And let's also get some good old-fashioned infantry. So we'll get some Gebesjägers. And technically, Gebesjägers are mountain troops, or alpine troops specifically. So really, they're made for sort of a temperate mountain zone. So they can climb mountains, they can ski. They're pretty good at all that stuff. We still have plenty to spend, man. I think I'm going to spend most of it down here. So let's purchase more. Well, we might be out of command points. Okay, we were going to have to get started, guys. Let's hope we made the right decisions. We have no air power at all, but I don't really think we're going to need it. So our primary objectives are to relieve the encircled Sixth Army, hold 2 victory points in the Chir River line. This is the Chir River line, so I'm guessing there's going to be some victory points as we approach, and secure the bridge over Mishkva. It seems really tough, to be honest. So let's go ahead. We're going to get started with our infantry, our Gebesjägers. And I'm going to go ahead and move across. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the minefield at the expense of 2 guys. Sorry. Sacrifices must be made on the road to Stalingrad. And of course, we'll move forward with our Tigers. So we're not going to be defensive in any location here. We're going to try to push wherever we can. I'm even bringing the artillery with us. 12 out. Alright, we've encountered some enemy units, and it looks like just some basic Soviet conscripts. We should be able to knock these guys out. Hey, how's it going, Wavell? Good to see you. Good to see you, Scooby-Doos. Laird Schendel, always good to see you, Laird. And right now, guys, we are, for those of you that just arrived, also Redster, good to see you as well, and Kalania, everybody, all you guys are folks that I enjoy seeing. Now, one thing that we need to do is we have to relieve the encircled army in Stalingrad. So this isn't exactly the Battle of Stalingrad. This is essentially a push towards Stalingrad. So let's open fire there on those conscripts. And yeah, they're going to move back. I'm going to follow them into Raivny. And we have to look for those victory points along the Chir River line. So Mishkova is one place we have to take, but that doesn't count as one of the Chir River line points. So we have to look and see where else we would find them. I'm not seeing them, to be honest with you. So we'll just keep advancing in all directions until we spot something. How's that? Already here, I think we've got some more conscripts. Actually, that's regular Soviet infantry. Let's hit them with some artillery. Oh yeah, 3 guys, a really nice shot there, and you've got to expect that from a 21 centimeter gun. I mean, that is a nasty gun. In fact, we can wipe them out totally with our Tiger. Let's do it. Thought we could wipe them out totally. That's okay. We'll let our Gebesjägers chase them down. And yeah, we are going to have to use some of our units to get rid of these minefields. I hate to do that, but we have no choice. I mean, it's not as bad as the Soviets. The Soviets, especially on their push to Berlin, would literally get guys to lock arms, usually either penal battalions or, political prisoners, German prisoners of war, things like that as well. And they would get them to lock arms and walk across suspected minefield areas. So if any mines went off, or if they knew the location of those mines, they would give them up pretty quickly. And look at that, good old horse and buggy. Definitely an effective way, I must say, to get people to tell you where mines are. I have to admit that. It might be evil, but it certainly works. So I wonder if we should start moving these other guns forward. I think I am. I'm going to start... I don't want this guy on this tile. I'll move him up a little more, but I think we're going to bring the Bofors. The AA gun, I'll leave back here. There's no real need or reason to move it. See where else we could push. Just have to be careful not to get cut off, guys. Damn command points. Alright, let's end the turn. What's unmoved? I knew we had more people to push. Let's go. Thank you, game. So here we go. We could actually attack here. Do quite a lot of damage, even though the enemy does have an AA gun, or an AT gun, I should say. We do want to try and overrun this position quite quickly. One thing I'm loving right now is those Tigers are taking, like, no damage at all. Let's move this Stug in for an attack on that field gun there. They're not doing any damage to our units, which is great. It's a great start, at least. And I'm actually going to move this unit here to get that rail line nice and set up. Move up a little bit more with these units. And let's open fire on their artillery. Arty versus Arty. I bet we win. Nice! So the 2mm definitely got beat by the 21cm there. Beautifully done. Yeah, he can stay put. Here we go, guys. Now, this is our embattled army in Stalingrad. I'm not sure if we can use them. We probably should have checked. We'll check next turn. But obviously, to reach them as soon as possible. They're not going to survive forever, as history has shown us. So we need to try to break in before they surrender to the enemy. Nice. Nice defense. Oh, man. They are hitting us hard across the line. Our men are putting up a pretty good fight, though. And some of those bunkers there are doing really well. Now, unfortunately, the enemy's got air units, and we don't. We might want to consider getting some... Oh, some tanks. So right now, the Battle of Stalingrad is absolutely raging. We've got enemy armor as well, so let's first of all go check and see if we control the units in Stalingrad. Also, transport planes have arrived to supply the 6th Army. The constant patrols of Soviet fighters makes these airlifts a dangerous task, but they have to make it to Gumrak Airfield. Great, thank you guys for helping us out there. And yes, we do control the armies defending Stalingrad. Oh, that makes this battle 10 times cooler. Although we did basically waste a turn there, which is not good. So I'm actually going to fire at this lone unit out here. Although this definitely makes this a battle, a proper battle, and let me know if you guys are enjoying it, because this is one of the coolest battles in Panzerkrieg I've seen. I'm going to go ahead and fire here. Even if we don't get a kill, we'll at least cause some disruption, hopefully. And I'm almost certain we're not going to be able to reinforce these units. Might as well wipe these guys out. And I'm not going to go ahead and counterattack. I'll let them come to us because they've got a river to deal with here. Although, as you can see, because of this bridge, or even without this bridge, they could cross this river no matter what. Maybe we can do the same in the west because this is a frozen river. So it's basically considered open terrain, as you can see there. Really interesting. So maybe we'll just try to break through on our side as well without even worrying about demining the bridges. For now, I'm going to stay put. I really do want to chase that unit, though. But I'm going to decide against it for now. I'm just going to hold my spot here. I will try to get some shots on the enemy bombers. Not bad. Not great either. And I'll keep the mines there. Maybe we can get some shots with this unit. I think we're going to have to get a bit closer, so I'm going to move this anti-aircraft gun up a bit. And nice, a flak gun. 8.8 centimeter flak. So we could start fighting inside the city, trying to beat back some of the Soviet troops, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Again, we're not going to take positions once we defeat the enemy. We're just going to try to weaken them. I'm not even going to try to destroy the units, just weaken the units so that they don't pose a threat to us later on. Let's see, can we actually get some reinforcements? Wow, I don't know how. I guess they're... Can they airlift reinforcements? Somebody check on that. I'm guessing... I don't think they parachuted any troops into Stalingrad, but I certainly think they parachuted supplies in. Let's see if somebody can check. And we can also try to destroy a bridge tile here or a railroad tile, but it really would be no point. So I'm actually going to attack. Do it, engineers. These are true combat engineers right here. And like I said, the rest of these guys I'm probably going to keep in their respective positions. Nice. I really want to go on that river tile, but again, I know better. We could get some easy kills on that river tile. I just don't think it's going to pay off in the end. So let's stay put. We'll try to bring some reinforcements to these guys. Nice. And I'm going to bring this tank out to assist in dealing with that unit. Although, let's see if our Romanians and our bunker can deal with it instead. We'll really save some time for our tank. And the Romanians are going to open fire. Well done. And actually, there's an absolute misconception that Romanians were not good troops. I mean, they clearly didn't have the supplies that the Germans had. You know, obviously the Germans a lot of times had to give them supplies, but in combat, especially against the Soviets, they were quite vicious. Let's open fire here. Yeah, baby, that's an easy kill right there. Of course, we're going to have to support that attack, and one of the things I kind of want to do is get this unit up. We could even upgrade it and purchase an actual truck for it to move it around a lot easier. We could also move this scout car forward, but you know what? I'm going to play it cool for now. Let's go to our other front and try to get to these units as soon as possible. So yeah, I can absolutely cross across the river tile. Despite this being a Tiger tank, that ice is absolutely strong enough to hold it. So let's open fire here first. Get some reinforcements there. And we might lose a Tiger in this position here. But we have to take the fight to the enemy, and actually they got two of us, so yeah, that was not great. Let's see if we can hit that tank there. I think that's a BT-7, but we'll find out. Yes, definitely a BT-7. Really crappy tank, to be honest with you, but it gets the job done. And I think I'm going to try and fire at the 57mm gun here. I love artillery. If I could just have artillery in this game and like a small line of infantry, I would do it. But it just wouldn't be enough. So actually we can start attacking that KV-1. But oh, what? Wow, we actually got ambushed on the way. Unbelievable there. I'm actually going to bring this infantry over and attack the ambushers. Because we don't need an anti-tank gun taking out chunks of our tank army. Although we do want to take out that KV-1, and that is a Russian heavy tank for sure. Could actually kill one right there. Let's go for it. Not bad. The fight rages on, boys. Oh, they were hiding. Once again, we should have gotten a scout unit, let's be honest. I'm going to go for this armored car. BA-20. But I must say our infantry is definitely being cut down pretty quickly on this front. And there we go, we've got some more BT-7s. They're not sending their T-34s at us. I think they're saving that for Stalingrad. But they are definitely using their BT-7s. And look at that. Those are our supply planes. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do with it. We're supposed to probably land at some airfield. Is it the Moscow airfield? Let's see if we get any sort of... I don't think we have an objective for it. Let's just get it to an airfield, period. How about that? That in itself is a victory. So we'll go here to Nizhny Chir. And obviously, hopefully, the Soviet fighters that are patrolling the area don't find it as well. Let's move forward. I'm not going to attack. So I'm actually going to move into the city, but just to attack the enemy artillery. We absolutely need some more infantry. I'm hoping that we get some command points eventually here, so that we can bring some in. I mean, we're fine on actual money, but we need command points. Let's see what we can do about that. Purchase... Nope. We're essentially going to have to lose some units to find command points. It's really that straightforward. Ah, We could maybe get some kills here. Let's go for it, guys. We're going to send forward the Romanian Bowler 47mm gun. I don't think this thing has ever performed properly in battle, but it actually managed to kill some BT-7s. Yeah, I like that. Turned away a little bit, or a tiny force of BT-7s. I'll take that any day of the week. As for this gun, he's in trouble. He's going to be crushed by the infantry. But I don't know what these guys are supposed to do, so we'll just keep them right here. Let's take a look here. Yeah, Ju 87s or Junker 87s are indeed Stukas. Got those wonderful microphones, you know, mounted up on them. DLC for Order of Battle. I think there's always plans for more Order of Battle DLCs. We just, I don't think there's any specifics yet. I mean, there are so many DLCs for this game. If you don't already have this game, remember the base game itself is free. So especially if you have like friends that, you know, are not exactly interested in strategy games, or maybe they're curious about them but have never tried one, you could recommend this because the initial game, Pacific, is free. At that point, if they want to buy some more DLC to go into other wars, they can do that on their own. So I would absolutely recommend you do that. I'm also going to resupply. If I can't get, what's it called, more units in, then I can at the very least resupply these existing units. So let's do that. Come on now. I really want to attack, but I know better. Although technically I could move out of this tile and destroy that unit. And then I can move that heavy machine gun. Oh, I don't think he's going to be able to make... Well, I'm taking a major risk here, but let's do it. Why not? It's only Stalingrad. It's only the most important battle of World War II. There we go. Now let's see if that heavy machine gun unit... can't really move into the same tile. He can get close. So we're just going to have to get close. I'm thinking the Soviets are going to try to take this location here. And obviously if you push them back here at what I'm designating as Pavlov's house... Looks like that would probably be the correct location in the center of the city. We might try and retake it, but I don't see really the importance because we know the enemy's going to keep attacking, they're going to keep hitting that location, and it's going to end badly for us, really, no, one way or the other. I will, however, move this beautiful little SDKFC forward. We could cut this guy off, but I'm willing to bet there are reinforcements, whatever. We're going to take the risk. What did I tell you? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I wanted to attack the T-26, so let's go for it. I can't weasel my way out of that one. That's Stalingrad for you. The Soviets have so many men on the way. Try to move this gun over here so we can at least use it next turn. Yeah, I think for the rest of our units, we're just going to keep them here in the city, and we will end the turn, turn it over to the Soviets. Oh, sorry, just got that message, Muso. We'll get the overlays up. Give us a second, lads. While we fight off these Soviet aggressors. Oh man, look at that entire lake completely frozen. Yeah, they're absolutely going to wipe this unit out. So much armor on the way, guys. This is not good. The amount of armor on the way is absolutely unbelievable. That's definitely a T-34, by the way. The T-34s are coming in force. No! Man, that is devastating. We can't let them cut us off here. Okay, let me just go ahead and fix those overlays. So in contrast, asking when we see the Soviet campaign, and I'm not sure, if Musso, if you're still in the office, or if you can ask one of the guys. As far as the Soviet campaign goes, that's actually a different DLC. So we would have to take a look at that particular DLC, but that's a different DLC. The name is not coming to mind right now, where you can actually play as the Russians. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look here. So I could bring the Tiger in for a kill. I think what we're going to try to do is soften up the enemy. Man, that was a devastating attack. There are no words for that attack. I mean, we absolutely lost a tremendous amount of men all over the place. So many men potentially being cut off here in a few turns. And this is exactly what started happening in the Battle of Stalingrad. Just a few pockets started being cut off. Ultimately, there was no supplies coming in to begin with. But at this point, what I'm going to try to do, I really want to kill that tank. But again, I know better. So I'm actually going to move across the river once again. There's really no point. We can basically ignore that bridge, because the bridge is totally useless. The bridge basically represents part of the ice at this point. We can move across any part here of Stalingrad, so it's completely open to attack. Maybe if the Germans were able to, have or fight this battle during the summertime, and this is obviously something you guys can discuss in the chat. I'd love to see a discussion on it. But if this is a battle that the Germans could fight during the summertime and there was actually water here, they could blow the bridges, and it would be a lot harder for the Soviets to traffic in reinforcements. I'm not sure if they would have won the battle, but I think it probably would have gone slightly better for the Germans. That being said, it went pretty terribly no matter how you look at it. So let's worry about this unit here, and the enemy luckily did not move into that tile. So we're still holding one of the city tiles here, and I'm going to try to finish off this unit here. But this particular German infantry could be killed next turn. So let's see if we can't move him back at least a bit. Although I think after an attack like that, he actually has to stay put. And let's see if we can't weaken these approaching Soviet heavy infantry troops. Oh, throwing Molotovs, eh? Alright, we're going to soften this position up, and then we're going to do an attack on Pavlov's house. Nice. Now, the cherry on top in this situation would be if we just had one tank division over here to hit them with a lot of force, or another artillery division. But I'm just going to go ahead and launch an attack. Heavy infantry, go for it. And if you look at the rating of our German heavy infantry, you can see that in the actual star count underneath the name of the unit. It's a pretty well-trained unit. So I'm going to open fire on their heavy infantry. And I think our machine gewehr did a lot better than theirs. Or they're not using a machine gewehr, but a lot better than their machine gun. Let's open fire with these units too. Actually, let's hit these units trying to get across this broken bridge. Nice. Probably a good idea to get this tank back, don't you think, guys? I think so. So we're going to actually move the tank back, although we stand a chance of doing a tremendous amount of damage to this enemy unit. You know what? Let's keep attacking. I'm going to get this guy and reinforce him. Hopefully he appreciates that gesture, and we're going to move this unit forward to attack that damaged infantry unit. Got a nice little SDKFC here. Don't think I'm going to do much with them, though. Let's hit these Soviet units. They're the only ones in range of us right now, and every kill helps. So that actually worked out pretty well for us. And let's see if we can't hit these Soviet planes with some anti-aircraft shells. Gotta love that ACAC. ACAC is the best. Let's take a look here at the chat. Absolutely, you should get more DLC for it, Kalania. Welcome aboard, Stoic Frog. I know Stoic Frog. It's good to see you, man. Very cool. From where did I get the Tiger tank? Ali is asking. So, I actually just purchased it from the purchase option here. And I can just jump into tanks, and this is where our Tigers are. Unfortunately, we can't buy more because we're out of command points, but I would love to get some more Tigers. Now, over here, we've got to be careful. We see some Soviets approaching from the west, and ultimately, they're going to be approaching us from all directions. So, let's open fire. I'm going to open fire with our artillery as well, but not if we can get this guy first. Kill him. Soviet conscripts, they're going to be cut down very easily, but I think those Soviet conscripts are essentially just a diversionary tactic to get the main army in. Now, this is the threat. We can't let this unit or these units cut us off. So, let's see what I can do here. Yeah, I don't think we can get a kill at this distance. But if we were able to get rid of this unit, let's see what happens. Yeah, it's just not worth it, unfortunately. We are in a tough spot. No, that wouldn't even be worth the attack. In this case, their M3 Lee, which I believe is an American tank given during the Lend-Lease, would actually beat our Tiger in an attack, which is unbelievable, but that's just the way things are right now. We can, however, get some reinforcements for the Tiger, so let's do that. But now we've got this annoying BT-7 that's kind of just near our guys, and that's never a good thing. I'm also going to move this unit back a bit. I don't want them cutting us off, so I'm actually moving behind the lines. Nice. And now we'll move forward and hopefully try to attack that unit next turn. Let's kill the armored car. Also going to move over here, attack the BT-7, and also cut off this Soviet city here. It's not a huge victory, but we've got to be on the offensive. Like I said, these guys in the west, they need to keep pushing forward to be able to reach the boys in Stalingrad. And they have to keep these cities secure, because obviously if the enemy destroys us or takes these cities, they're going to also cut off the army once again. So it's just going to be a double cutoff, and it makes this a really tough mission, a really challenging mission. Come on, command points. Did they magically appear? Please say yes. Ooh, yes, we can... No. We can get some Gabersjägers, though. So, you know what? We're going to revive a destroyed unit, and I'm going to put them up here. Because we need some more defenders in that area. Unfortunately, that's all we get. Just get one Gabersjäger unit. But we've got to be happy with what we've got, of course. Let's take a look here. It's cool that Stoic Frog is aboard. Very cool. Okay, let's keep on attacking the enemy here. So many enemy tank units here, but we also have a tremendous amount of tanks. And if we could turn them back here, I think it would actually there would be a pretty big possibility that we could turn this attack around. The problem is that the distance from here to the location we need to get to is tremendous, but some of the objectives we need to take, like the Mishka bridgehead, are on the way. Another thing is that the enemy has a lot, and I mean a lot of tank units here. If we could put a dent in those numbers, we're going to greatly increase our chances of survival. So the first thing I'm going to do is see if we can't hit some tanks with some arty. Never any shame in weakening some T-34 model 1941s. And we're going to use our Stug, which itself is an anti-tank assault gun on the enemy. But before we do, I was going to say we're going to get these Gabers behind and attack, but they've already used up their attack power. Unfortunate. So let me at least try to use these Jägers to move this Soviet infantry out of the way. Nice. And I'm going to go ahead and move this Tiger over here. So hopefully we can actually kill a group of T-34s. Come on. Nearly got a kill with the Stug there. 1 second, guys. Gotta turn that phone off. Okay, here we go. That is so annoying. So I think we're probably going to have to escape with this unit, move back to our lines, or at the very least move back to this road area. Yeah. And the one thing I love about Order of Battle that you don't really get with a lot of these World War II hex-based games is this is the one game where you can retreat and still get fresh troops and equipment. And I think that's fair. I mean, you know, think about it. When there are certain games, you know, where you can't do that. Some games that I love, even like Panzerkrieg, where if you move, you can't recruit. But why not? You know, if you move back to your lines and you're closer to your city, you should be able to get some units. And that's certainly the case here. Really, really like that that feature. But look at all of those enemy tanks. That is frightening. All right, I think we've done everything we can do. We're going to have to turn it over to the Soviet war machine and see what happens, guys. And obviously, as you guys can see there, that Musa posted, please don't forget to vote for the user's choice stream. Let's see what's coming. And, ooh, very cool. Gladius, I'm going to have to take a look at that. That looks neat. And Lanzer is saying, pull some units from city to get them ready to punch west towards the rescue forces. That's a really good suggestion. And these are the kind of comments we need, guys, from the viewers. If you got any ideas, hey, give them to us. That's a really good idea. Because if we can meet up with both of our forces here, we open up a causeway where everybody can move through. And actually, I shouldn't have used this guy to attack. I should have used the bunker. Then again, nonetheless, that is a really good idea. So I'm going to start assigning some units to push west. We'll take this Stug 3 as well. We'll take some infantry, although I don't want to move too many units. We should be able to get by with a few more guys. Let's bring these this SDKFZ with us as a scout unit. Really good idea, man. Now, this area we have to hold, so I'm not going to leave this area open. But overall, I like it. Very cool. I'm leaving the Romanian troops in that city as well. They're doing a great job by themselves. Do we go for Pavlov's house? I think we do. Burn them out, boys. There we go. And we have taken Stalingrad, officially taken the city. Of course, it's only a matter of time before the enemy takes it back. This is definitely a very big give-and-take situation. Sorry for the pun there, but it's just the truth. Very, very cool suggestion there. I'm really happy to get ideas like that. I do want to move these guys to the west, but I just don't think it would be safe. So taking Kalach, and that's a big city. In fact, in comparison, I mean, Stalingrad's certainly bigger, but it's a nice big little town. City's probably not appropriate. Okay, well, let's end the turn, guys. I'm going to remain silent on this one and let you guys see what the enemy does. Ah, cool, Heroes of Normandy. I've actually met the developers of Heroes of Normandy at a conference. Really cool guys, really, really fun to speak to. So I'd love to do that, and that's been a game I have not played in quite a while. All right, guys, we're going to turn it over to the Soviets. I'm going to be silent on this one and just let you guys watch what the Soviets do. Let's hope it's not too brutal. And let's hope that the unmoved units know it's just going to be that ACAC, which we don't really need the ACAC at the moment. So let's end the turn. Unbelievable, guys. That was intense, to say the least. I mean, wow. Any chances I had of breaking through just diminished even more. Amazing stuff. That being said, this western offensive still seems to be working. The enemy does have some units in really opportune locations like these forests. Really smart unit, or a really smart movement by the Soviets. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep on pushing forward. It's going to be very hard for them to cut us off on this front because they would have to cut off a lot of different territory here, and I just don't think they're going to do it. At the possibility and likelihood of losing more troops than the Soviets in this attack, I'm going for it. Desperate times call for desperate measures. We can also always reinforce that unit if we need to. And let's see who else we are willing to bring forward. I'm not willing to bring these guys forward, but they are about to take out that poor little machine gun nest. Totally undefenseless. Or totally defenseless, I should say. Undefenseless would be the opposite. And I'm going to open fire on the infantry and hope that I get a kill. Oh, that's too bad. Kind of wanted to sneak the... Yeah, I'm sneaking the Romanians across, guys. We're gonna get an ambush on the Russians on the ice here, actually. And look at those Soviet conscripts. If you look at the commander in the back, he's actually carrying a cavalry sword, which is really funny. All right, you still want to fight? I see. We will send you back to your motherland fast. I don't know if that's that fast came from. Let's move forward here. Oh, we could definitely kill these guys, but we'd be leaving this area open. What the heck, I'm going for it. One less conscript unit, and we can always get back to Prudboy. Down they go, in the ice. Alright, let's see. I think we could eventually take those bombers down, guys. Especially if we get this AA gun closer. And now, of course, we want to focus on the front line in Stalingrad. And again, I'd really love to move this tank over here and start attacking these forces, but I just know better. Now, what I might do is assist this tank in destroying the forces over here, the Soviet heavy infantry. Basically, anywhere we see a breakthrough in this oval-shaped area, then we should respond. But I don't think we should do any counterattacks to the east. We're certainly going to continue doing that counterattack to the west, though. Let's finish them off. Well done. Beautiful. So obviously getting rid of a heavy machine gun squad, that's helpful. I will also, if I can, it doesn't look like I can get reinforcements. Oh, wow, stuttered there. It doesn't look like I can get reinforcements for that unit. That's unfortunate, so maybe we are finally completely cut off. So I'm going to stay put. Yeah, we can't even get reinforcements for that one. That's unfortunate. So let's go ahead and open up here on the enemy. The east is where they're going to concentrate most of their attacks. We have to keep that in mind. Burn them off the bridge. Well done, boys. So the rest of these guys can just stay put. Might do a few counterattacks, though. For instance, against the enemy infantry approaching over here. Let's get this unit forward as well. I'm actually going to let this unit advance, since he's weak anyway, see if we can, by some miracle, get across the bridge here and see what the Soviets have. Although maybe it's better not to look. This is like the Ark of the Covenant. It's better not to look at the horrors that await you. So I actually could do more damage against this this anti-aircraft gun, but I don't really think it's going to do anything to hurt us. We don't have much of an air force, or if any. So let's attack the infantry. Actually, they should be pleased. It's really cold, and we're giving them the gift of fire. We actually took down 2 out of that unit, 2 attack power, which is really good. Let's take a look. What else do we want to do? There are so many options. Opening fire with the artillery. And let's go ahead and open fire with these machine guns as well. Man, those poor conscripts. And like I said, a lot of these conscripts are part of penal battalions, things like that. So they don't really even want to be here. And they get put in the absolute front lines. I mean, basically, they're used as cannon fodder. Useful cannon fodder, but, you know, not the most humane use of humans. Alright, so that Tiger is going to be stuck, guys. We can try to escape with the Tiger, but the Tiger is in trouble. I will move this Gebesjäger unit to hit the T-26. But as you can see, the enemy during that attack, they just did a lot of damage in this area. And really, I think the best option here would be to try to kill that enemy tank, get rid of the BT-7 completely. Of course, that's going to open up Surovikino, I think that's the correct translation, to enemy attack. But either way, we're in trouble. Now, all the way back here, we can get some reinforcements, so I'll get some for that Romanian artillery gun. As for this German artillery gun, I'm really tempted just to go ahead and fire, but you know what? Yeah, I'll wait for reinforcements as well. And actually, we can attack the T-26, so I'm going to go for an attack. We might just be using anti-tank grenades, but hopefully we at least kill a few of them before they come descending from the north. Run. Alright, nobody got hurt in that struggle of Titans. I was really hoping we were going to be able to do some serious damage there, although this tank front is looking pretty good for us. This is one place where we might be able to really dominate the enemy. And with 26 turns left, we absolutely still have time to get this army all the way up to the objectives we need to take. So we might need to rely on these guys quite a bit more, this southern army. Let's open fire on that unit. The T-60. I think we can probably wipe out that T-60 with the Stug, but I'm really more worried about their T-34s, and I don't want them having the opportunity to repair these things. So let's go ahead and open fire here. As much as I love T-34s, Tiger versus T-34, the Tiger wins every time. Okay, nice. Our tank offensive is working splendidly. Now, if only this offensive would work slightly better. As you can see, we're cut off here. So I am going to move back. I'll open fire on the BT-7. But this puts us out of supply and potentially out of ammo and out of reach of any allies for a very long time. I might even just be forced to, hold this location, just in the vain hopes that the enemy does not try and retake this area. So that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. And we can actually get some reinforcements, so why not? Let's grab some reinforcements. I think we've moved every unit we can. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We're going to end the turn right there. Let's take a look here. Let's see. That's a great question. Can I deploy any aircraft? I probably can with the air command points you mentioned. Let's see. So I think I'm going to go for strategic bombers, right? The Junkers 88. The Stuka. Let's get the good old Stuka here. This one doesn't look very much like a Stuka. All the way back here, though. Wow. Don't we have any closer airfields? There we go. Okay, good idea. So let's bring in some of these guys. Let's purchase maybe some fighters as well. Actually, maybe a strategic bomber would be more appropriate. Or, excuse me, a tactical bomber. No, these aren't very good. Sorry, that's the Stuka, the Junkers, Ju 87. What's wrong with me? An 88 is a heavy bomber. So there's some Stukas. Yeah, I definitely want to buy them. Very effective. So let's go ahead and purchase a few. And, even better, they're cheap. So just in case we do have the opportunity to purchase some units later, some infantry units, we're going to be saving a lot of money. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a turn to use these planes, but great observation there. Fortunately, we can't get any more Tigers. We might be able to bring in even more planes. What about a good old recon plane? Yeah, why not? Go and take a look and see what the Soviets have exactly. And of course, the Germans did fly a lot of recon missions over Stalingrad during the battle. Let's take a look here at the chat. And of course, any suggestions are good. Yeah, I think that exactly. Jab says, one word for curry, addictive. Yeah, very, very addictive. And when I was playing that game, back when I was at the office, that was one of those games where I kept trying to beat my old score, and you just get obsessed with trying to get just one more minute of survival. It's a really fun one. So he's saying buy a fighter. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and get the BF-109, yeah? Now this is the Messerschmitt. So let's actually, maybe we'll get another fighter if we can afford it. I think we just ran out of command points, but you know what? Not bad, not bad. One fighter is certainly going to help. Let's turn it over to the Soviets, guys. Actually, I will actually move with this unit. Good work, boys. And now we will end the turn. Nice defense. Oh, I'm loving that. So as you can see, they're bringing in a lot of air power to deal with their tank offensive here. It's probably the only dangerous area for them. Oh no. They've cut off the tank. That Tiger's in real trouble, guys. I think this is where they finish off the Tiger with infantry units. You think they're going to be nice with the drivers? I don't think so. The scary thing, though, is they've taken Sukivno, or the northernmost town, and they are approaching from the north. Wow, that is serious. There's no doubt about it. Reserves. To reinforce our Romanian allies at the Chura River against sustained Soviet attacks, High Command has authorized the deployment of additional forces. Very cool. So we might actually be able to purchase more units. Let's take a look. We need Tigers. We need infantry. Obviously, I think they're not just talking about Romanians, but any unit. And yes, we're going to revive a destroyed unit. I think that's always a better idea. Could be wrong on that. And we're going to have to counterattack this area and retake it. Some artillery would be useful, but it's too expensive. They are not rich men, so let's get the Fallschirmjäger, the next best thing. I'm not even going to purchase trucks for them, because we just very simply can't afford it. Those are the reinforcements they're getting, and they better be happy just to get that. Let's open fire on the tank. And I'll let these guys go over here on this frozen river. And I've just exposed myself if, not in that way, not in the, like, you can get arrested, expose yourself way. But I've just exposed myself to attack here. If I had stayed up here, we would only probably lose one guy, or one part of this division. I don't want to say one guy, because this division could represent hundreds of men, thousands of men, etc. That being said, now we're going to lose two, because we're both out on an open frozen lake. Not the best place to be shooting at one another. There's absolutely no cover. 3, even worse. So there you go. That just happened. And I'm going to first of all take our bombers, our bummers. This is a bummer currently. I'm going to take our bombers and see if... I don't think right now the Junkers can really do any damage. I think the Junkers probably does more damage in populated cities. So I am going to go for an attack, but it doesn't look like it's going to pay off. In any case, it's fun to see the bombs drop. And let's go ahead and bring our Messerschmitt to take on the enemy Yakovlev, the Yak-7. Very nice plane. Do we have any AA guns that could fire from this distance? I don't think so. We can't save that unit. He is just out of reach, unfortunately. But we can assist this Tiger in his battle, this constant battle against the KV-1. And that's the... Oh, I love the sound of the Stuka, guys. That is a creepy sound. I've had nightmares hearing that sound. Maybe in a past life, I was killed by a Stuka dive bomber. Let's bring in another one. Listen very closely, boys. Oh, that is just vicious. That is the very definition of psychological warfare. Now, we could bring these guys in. Bring in another Stuka, kill some Soviets here. Why not? Nice hit. Fortunately, I can't say the same for this poor Panzerkampfwagen unit. He's dead. All I'm going to do is just keep trying to escape the enemy, but he's totally finished. We'll bring some reinforcements to this guy on the bridge. And overall, we'll just try to play it cool. Look at this attack. No, not worth it. I'm actually going to get some trained troops here to reinforce that unit. And we'll take our recon plane. And basically just go ahead and fly around. Look for enemy positions. That is a big recon plane, though. The Blumenboss. I haven't done this in a while. Let's see. Come on now. Let's see how Agrippa does. Why not, right? Yeah! I'll take it. Very nice. I can choose my own streams here in a bit. Alright, guys, let's see. Yeah, we can still do some damage. And if it's giving me 0, I'm not even going to try. If we can get at least 1 hit on the enemy, I'll go for it. Like this one. If we have to force them to take a turn to replenish their units, that's going to help. And look at the distance there. And of course, there's, I believe it's the Gustav gun, the Gustav railgun, if I'm not mistaken. That gun was so massive. I can't recall the exact dimensions. If you guys want to Wikipedia it, go for it. And it would actually lob shells that weighed over a ton. Just imagine, and I think they were accurate over something like a 20-kilometer range. Just imagine a shell that weighed several tons, you know, hitting you. You just are completely vaporized in a second, essentially. And we don't want this guy getting cut off, so we're going to assist with the attack here. And he's already cut off, so we're actually, even though we're putting ourselves in harm's way, we're going to get in front of that enemy tank. Oh, yes, hello, you keep running. So why do you run? Here we go. 1 down. And we're going to try to cut the enemy off, guys. Heck yes. Imagine if we can get back there and completely cut off their army. That would be a tremendous win on our part. It's going to take some work, though. First things first. As much as I want to attack this unit, I'm actually going to kill this T-34 here. Move up. So further complete the encirclement. And we'll use our Tiger to break through this frontal line. Can actually move that artillery a bit closer too. Let's get him up here. Should have been here already, but that's all right. Now we move up this way. I mean, like I said, here in the south, this is where we're doing the absolute best. And I think it's just because of the superior armor we have there. Let's see how our western attack is going to work. I don't know, guys. Okay, nice. For once, the Recon SDKFC comes in handy. As you guys can see, Recon vehicles do not take land. They're purely used to spy on the enemy, scout the enemy forces, etc. They don't take land, and I don't believe they take cities either. So keep that in mind in your planned future invasions. Man. No, the fight cannot go on. We're going to have to move back with this unit and reinforce them in some way. We'll move these guys out. We're going to let the Romanians defend Proud Boy. Yeah, I know. Things have gotten pretty desperate, but we have few options. Let's keep moving this way. Also, the terrain in this area, the western terrain, is really nasty terrain. There's a lot of forests. There's a lot of very open territory over here. It's just not good. No roads, obviously. Why would there be? This is Russia. Stalin's Russia. There would be no reason. Okay, let's take a look here. Can we fight back a bit? Can we get reinforcements? Definitely not. So they're definitely not sending us any more men. It would be impossible anyway unless they parachute in men. And once again, I doubt they actually did that during the battle. I'm going to hit their arty. One good thing is our arty absolutely outranges their arty. So that gives us a pretty good advantage there. And yeah, I might carry out an attack on this area. Finish him off. Beautiful. That's what we're looking for, guys. And now, once again, I'm so sad that these scout cars can't cut off the enemy, because look at all these rail lines that we could have potentially cut off, but we obviously we can't. It wouldn't really wouldn't be possible. Do kind of want to move this unit across, though, kill that machine gun unit. And I think we can. And then get this guy into his position. He's a much stronger unit anyway, so he'll be able to hold Stalingrad a lot better than the other one. And I'm even going to move this unit out of the city, the engineers, just to kill that unit. As far as I'm concerned, any heavy weapons team is a serious concern to our forces. No, Cortana, I'm not talking to you. What's wrong with you? Cortana, you're ridiculous. You know that, right? You're just a terrible person. Or machine.
I'm just trying to help you.
No, you're not helpful at all. Useless. Just useless. Alright, let's take a look here. So yeah, I'm going to move this guy back. Just to get that heavy weapons team in firing formation. And that was actually pretty good. I think that's going to dissuade a lot more Soviets from coming across the bridge. Is going to be that machine gewehr that's going to keep them back. Or at least let them know the death they face. So we are doing, I wouldn't call it a counterattack, but just some probing attacks to weaken the enemy forces. Oh, probing attack versus scout car. Oh, nicely done. Man, so just one turn in this battle, it takes a very long time. There's so many factors to consider. Another factor is we have these Romanian guns, but no real use for them. I guess we can just try to move them forward and take some enemy territory. I rarely take enemy territory with guns. With when I say with guns, I'm talking about with like AT guns or AA guns. But if we can do it, why not? Why not, right? All right, let's see if we can. I think we've done everything we can on this front. Let's take a look here at the chat. Poor Cortana, says Musso. She tries so hard, says Piddles. She really does, but she's still useless. We all know why. We all know why, right? Right? Don't we, boys? Don't we all know why? No, I'm just kidding and making a terrible, terrible joke there. All right, let's see. I'm sure if he was called Cortano, there wouldn't be any problems. Questions would be answered immediately. But no, we have to deal with Cortana. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Not making any political points here, but it's something to consider. All right, let's end the turn here and see what the Soviets have in mind. Let's see. Could move that tank up, but again, just not a good idea to really leave the city limits. These guys should basically just be watching and attacking only if absolutely necessary. Like right here, I have a chance for an attack with no damage. Oh, I misread that. It was actually the exact opposite. That's too bad. Well, at least we can hit the enemy here with some pretty strong anti-aircraft shells. Really strong anti-aircraft shells. 8.8 centimeter flak. I mean, that is absolutely deadly. Even if it explodes, you know, a few meters away from your plane, you're going down. Just the shockwave alone. I always say I know better, but do I really know better? Okay, we'll end the turn there. Oh, man, they're massing. Even the 1s and 2s are still moving up here. And yeah, unfortunately, that tank is gone. Maybe we can make back some points so we can buy a new tank, but I'm not sure we can. Nice shooting there, Tex. Oh, no. The encirclers become the encircled. That's okay, we've got some options here. I was worried about that. boys are cut off. Enemies hitting them with everything they've got. And those tanks are cut off too. Once again, don't leave the city. Nice work. You gotta give it to them. When they do a good job, you gotta be happy for the enemy. Kinda, sorta. Oh, lots of tournaments. Alright, let's take a look here. Enemy reacts. It appears that the enemy is preparing a new offensive against our positions along the Chir River. Additional forces can now be deployed to hold these defenses. Must hold at all costs at our offensive towards Stalingrad, or our offensive towards Stalingrad will get cut off. Okay, fair enough. So, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. We need to hold this area. Let's take a look. I don't like the fact that the enemy's behind us here. Let's move this Tiger forward. And actually, we could kill a bunch of these T-60s. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go for the attack here. Even just a chance to wipe that enemy out with our Tiger. Oh, the Tiger's out of ammo! No! The absolute worst time for our Tiger to be out of ammo. And it's right now. So he's going to have to somehow move back and get some more supplies. Although, hopefully, the Stuka can come in and save the day. Yes! Nice! Stuka, good work. Great work, actually. Goring would be proud. Beautiful attack there as well. The Stukas are excellent in this game. Let's see. With our bomber, kind of want to get him away from the fighter here, so I'm going to send him to the south. Save your friends, boys. Nice work by the Fallschirmjägers there. And I could actually probably wipe out this tank unit right now with the Gabersjägers. Let's see if we can't actually destroy the T-60 here. So, like I said, this tank offensive working out great. I think we wiped out just about every enemy tank in this area except for that one, and I really do want to chase them down. I don't want them to have anything. Beautiful. Look at all those wrecks. Oh, you gotta love that. We're also gonna have to move the artillery forward with us. And we do have to worry about these enemy planes. I think they've got some bombers and some fighters, but let's just hope that they don't focus entirely on this group of units. Ooh, we've got a choo-choo. A nice, friendly choo-choo. Okay, let's go ahead and go up here. What can we do? What can we do? The real answer is not much. So these guys are definitely in trouble. Then again, I think the artillery can primarily do damage against the enemy unit here. So I'm going to focus on him for the most part. And at this point, just have to try and stop that northern attack, which I don't think is going to be necessarily possible. So we could get a lot of kills here on this unit and potentially take this city. Or we could even get behind the enemy here and help our guys here. I think we're actually going to attack this unit. If we need to, we can always escape over the ice. So let's keep that in mind. And a beautiful Stuka here. We could actually go ahead and completely wipe out that 45mm gun. Nicely done. The Stuka wins and saves the day again. I love it. Alright, let's get that recon plane out. Where do we want him? Actually, I wouldn't mind him over here because I want to see what attack is coming this way. Hope that, that flat gun can't hit us. Keep moving west, boys. Ignore the minefields. This guy apparently can't even get any support. We are trying to get behind the enemy guys, but it's going to be tough. It was a really good suggestion, though, to basically try and meet our army in the west. I think we might have wanted to spend our units and placed some more units here in Stalingrad proper. Like I said, we might as well take the territory. And I will open fire at this unit. Of course, we've got some gaps appearing in the line, and that's always a major, major threat in this battle. If they can cut through, then they can defeat us. I mean, heck, they can defeat us even if they don't cut through, but I think we can pretty much destroy this eastern assault into the city. Try and get this tank back. Maybe this close to HQ he can get some reinforcements. Unfortunately not. He's as equal as everybody else during this particular battle. I am crossing the river, but only because I want to kill all these units. So I'll get back across if we survive next turn. There we go. Well done, boys. Well done. Oh, they actually used their AA guns against us. That was painful. Alright, let's keep moving west. And yeah, once again, the Romanians are going to have to stay put, especially now since I'm seeing some Soviet divisions approaching. Them plus the artillery are going to be our only defense for this area. And this is not an area we can lose. It's actually one of our victory points near Stalingrad. So I'll start moving this AA gun back too. Alright, we're going to end the turn, boys and girls. Here we go. So I think their eastern attack is broken down totally. That's a huge benefit, obviously. But the west is still a death trap, and if we don't break through, it's not going to matter if their eastern attack breaks down. Our men will simply run out of supplies and won't be able to withstand any unit. You know, they could essentially be attacked with guys with sticks, and due to hunger, lack of ammunition, they're not going to put up a fight. They're going to give up right away. Their spirit to fight will be completely destroyed. They're getting closer. They're getting closer. Oh, man. Oh, I think they finally found our artillery guns, unfortunately. At least they served some purpose to frustrate the Soviets, but besides that, they haven't done much. That's hilarious, though. They definitely found the artillery gun. I'm going to try to fire. That's a tiny artillery gun. Model 1897? Interesting. Alright, Chikov. I was going to say it's under our control, but they actually have a force here. Why wouldn't they? Well, at least look at that. Our tanks are able to get some reinforcements, but even with the Tiger, we're not going to be doing much damage to the inhabitants of this area or the soldiers inside, and that makes sense. In general, armor is really not good in an urban attack. It's primarily used in an open area. Urban attacks are not places where you want armor. That's where you actually have to send in the infantry to do the dirty work. I will, in this case, however, make a tiny exception and open fire. Okay, let's go ahead, and we could actually upgrade to a different unit, but I'm actually very happy with the Stug. Alright, guys, we're getting to close to the end of the stream. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this first of all, but I want to show you guys another battle in the Panzerkrieg DLC. But to do that, I'm going to have to put up the image screen here, primarily because I don't want to give away all the battles. I do have all of the battles in my particular save file, so for those of you that haven't gotten through the entire game, I don't want to give you any spoilers. So give me a second, first of all, and let me hide this. We're going to go ahead and get that image back up. Add image. This is some of the work, the magical work Agrippa does. It's so complicated. No, it's actually really simple. And we'll put live. There we go. Alright, guys, give me 1 second. So I'm going to show you another cool battle, at least in my opinion, in this DLC. I really like it. Give me a second, boys. Oh, sorry, I messed up. Don't worry, I'll get the battle up, but I actually unlocked a completely different battle that I didn't want. Be careful opening those packages, kids. So far, guys, if anyone has the DLC and has the game, what is your favorite DLC so far? Let us know in the comments down below. In fact, if Muso, if you want to throw up a poll, that way everybody can respond to it. Just, well, we have a lot of DLC, so don't worry about a poll. That would take quite a while. It might take another half hour. But if you guys have a specific DLC you really enjoy, let us know in the comments down below. And don't worry, I'll get rid of that image in a second. I just need to get the right battle up here. One second, guys. I might need to do a little bit of tech stuff on my side. I think I'm just going to have to restart the game. Sorry for this, mates, but we'll get back up to track here in just a second. Like I said, I really want to show you guys this, so I'm going to have to put some stuff in, some code in, as it were, and then I can unlock the screen for you. I want to make sure you guys can't see this, so let me take a look. Good, you can't. Hold on a second. Okay. So I don't want to give much information about this battle. What I can say is it appears much later in the campaign, and I would consider this DLC to be one of the most complicated DLCs we have for Order of Battle. It's a tough one. It's not easy whatsoever. But nonetheless, I want to go ahead and reveal, and I want to see if any of you guys can guess the battle. Hopefully it's not too obvious right away. But let's take a look here, and mission briefing awaits. The Red Army has retaken Kharkov as a result of our tactical retreats. While this strategy has been controversial, yeah, you guys already know what battle it is, among our own leadership, it has provided time to prepare a counterattack. In the meantime, Soviet armored spearheads have advanced beyond Kharkov and are still continuing their attacks. So we're going to get started, and this is, without a doubt, my favorite battle in all of the Panzerkrieg series. Now, we do actually have to build an attack with units, but when you guys look at the amount of territory that has to be retaken, it's absolutely unbelievable. So we'll go here and just start purchasing some units. I'll show you guys the actual units you can purchase, and they're pretty amazing. We can actually get a Flampanzer. I believe this is probably more useful against enemy infantry. We can get a Panzer V, a Panther. So we can go ahead and start deploying Panthers. And of course, as many of you know, Kharkov was, if not the biggest tank battle ever, one of the biggest tank battles in history. So this allows you to really just go crazy with tanks. And if you're like me and you enjoy sort of tank battles in general, this is a fun one. You're going to have a lot of armored warfare throughout it, and it's just a good time for the whole family. It really is. So let's go ahead and keep on grabbing some Tigers here. Just for you guys, I'm going to go full Tiger. Otherwise, I would probably grab, you know, some infantry, all that fun stuff. But I really just want to go ahead and see these guys roaming across the Russian land. Let's see how far they get. We're not going to max them out, but we could keep buying Tigers, technically. So, let's end the turn there. And, of course, the goal here is to hold Krasnograd, which is this city here. So, if you're actually playing this mission, you know, during the campaign, you absolutely want to buy defenses, you want to buy artillery, all that fun stuff. But it just goes to show you, you've got so much at your use. And you can see still a tremendous amount of enemy infantry here, hiding in the woods, etc. And you're tasked with retaking, you know, a very large chunk of this area. It's not an easy battle, and as you continue forward, as you get closer to Kharkov, the enemy just sends an unsurmountable wave of tanks at you, and you need to contend with them. Now, I've actually managed to kill quite a lot of them because of the wonderful power of the Tiger, the Panzerkampfwagen 6, as it's known, but still, just amazing, really. I also believe this is a warmer time, February. It's still probably chilly, but there's no snow on the ground, so that certainly helps. But there's a tremendous amount of Russian guerrillas just hiding across the plains in these forested areas as you approach the cities. So if you're going to play this battle, I would also recommend being very careful about all of these forested zones. They usually have Russians hiding within them. That's just a little peek, guys, at one of the, I guess I would say, one of the more difficult battles in the game. I don't want to give away when this battle was actually started, but yeah, it's tough. And, oh no, never go full Tiger, says Piddles. Absolutely, never go full Tiger. So, we were just asking about what your favorite DLC is, and Gino is saying Order of Battle Blitzkrieg. Jaculus is saying Burma Road. I've seen a lot of people that have liked Burma Road. It's definitely way out there. It's a conflict that is not covered by, as far as I know, by any other company, and that is, of course, the conflict in East Asia and India, places like that, with the British against the Japanese, and Burma Road covers that completely. Oh, sorry to hear that, Kalania. Yeah, Kalania is currently experiencing a blizzard, but at least she's inside and able to watch the stream from there, the comfort of her own home, and have blood, or have fun. Sorry, guys, I just saw Zach Blood's comment. I was also considering overrunning some enemy positions, so blood was on the mind. Wintertar, Burma Road was so counterintuitive for me. Why do you say that, Wintertar? I guess the fighting is different. I mean, the fighting in Burma Road is a lot more about special forces. It's about setting up ambushes, things like that. It's not really straightforward fighting like most of the DLC. Most of the DLC is, you know, straightforward, go here, destroy this, etc. Burma Road is different. Let's attack. Ah, interesting, Zach. So yeah, that's why I said I wasn't entirely sure. I had heard that it was Kursk or Kharkov, but I'm guessing that probably another battle. Stay safe, everybody. You too, Piddles. And yeah, absolutely stay safe, Kalania, too. Yeah, Vintertar says the attackers always had tricks and the objectives changed every time. That's what I love about Burma Road. I mean, it's a lot of it has to do with tricking, ambushing, etc. It's much more about that jungle warfare, which requires those guerrilla tactics to survive. Otherwise, you have no chance. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay of Panzerkrieg, and I hope you guys will pick up Panzerkrieg. Again, if you want to experience what the German army went through post-42, you can absolutely get it. Basically, this is all about their march east up until and a few battles after Stalingrad. So this is the toughest time for the Germans, without a shadow of the doubt, before, of course, they had to retreat all the way back to Berlin. But this is a really, really tough DLC. Very fun one. And don't forget that if you have German units in other DLC, they can be transported to be used in your regular army in this DLC. I know that that's made a lot of people quite happy. So feel free to do that. And once again, if you want to play this battle, this is Kharkov 1943. You're going to get it a little later in the campaign. I'm not going to tell you which battle it is, but it's a little later in the Panzerkrieg campaign, and it is absolutely one of my favorite battles in the entire game. You get full reign to buy a huge, huge amount of tanks, and you just have to march across the landscape to Kharkov and eventually face a massive Soviet tank army, as well as a lot of these frustrating Soviet infantry units that are basically just waiting for you to attempt a counterattack. Most of the time, it doesn't work out so well for your guys. Thank you so much, Muso. Appreciate that. And thank you so much, Jaculus. Thank you, Duel. You're the best. Thank you, Kalania. And, yeah, absolutely be careful with that blizzard. You could forget bombers in Burma, says Vintertar. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure, this would bring up an entirely different discussion, but, bombers in a jungle area like that, even during the Vietnam War, I believe the Americans during the Vietnam War dropped more bombs than every single superpower in World War II combined. During their war, and they still weren't able to defeat the enemy. And part of the reason is because if you're bombing a jungle position, it's going to be tough to spot exactly where the enemy is to begin with. So you can just keep bombing all day. It's probably not going to be very effective. And in Burma Road, I'm guessing they don't really even see the need for bombers in a situation like that. Thank you, too, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow as well. What's tomorrow? I'll take a look at the schedule here, but we've definitely got something coming up tomorrow. Should be fun. It usually is, and I hope you all have an excellent, excellent day. Take care, guys. This is Agrippa Maxenius, signing out.